Welcome to the Empire Blade, this is Rampaned, and welcome to a little install guide I wanted to do for the Elder Scrolls Total War Unofficial Patch that recently just released its new 2.0 version. This one's a little bit more complicated than the normal installs that I'm used to seeing, so I thought I'd actually go through this one because this one actually includes the Medieval 2 Total War engine overhaul tool, which is a little wonky if you haven't used it at first. And so what we're going to do is what you need to start off with is you need the Elder Scrolls Total War 2.0, you need the patch for it, and then also the Unofficial Patch 2.0 for Elder Scrolls Total War with the tools installed already. That's what I'm at least using, because unless you really know what you're going on doing, it's a little bit easier just to have them already pre-set up with the mod. And so what we need to start off, I have already extracted every single one of these. So we have just going to start off, just going to start off with the 2.0 version. So we need to take this folder, if it will move. We're going to take this, move this into our mods folder for Medieval 2, whether or not you're using it in Steam or on a disk version. So we have to move all this stuff over there. Then, once we're done with that, we're going to take the patch. We're going to do the same thing. I just do this just to make sure. Move everything into here. And then what we want to do is we want to overwrite everything that we're replacing in here. So I'll say yes to overwriting. After this, if you haven't already, you need to use the 4 GB patch that is used to expand the executable for Medieval 2. This is included now with Elder Scrolls Total War in here, so you can activate, you can run this little program. It'll bring you to your Medieval 2 Total War. I've already done this today, but basically what you do is you will select Medieval 2 or Kingdoms or both. Technically this is just a copy of Medieval 2 and I just renamed it. Some older mods still need you to have a kingdoms.exe executable, and so sometimes you'll need to just patch both of them, but for the most part you just need to patch just the Medieval 2. Just click on this, it'll patch it, and then it will successfully try and now use 4 GB of your RAM instead of 2 GB. Now that we have the official Elder Scrolls Total War mod now originally installed, now is the little bit more interesting aspect. So I need to now remember to reference the install guide. So we've already done step 1. So the original version of Elder Scrolls Total War and with the patch is installed, and we have the 4 GB patch applied. So now one thing we need to do is we need to go to the data folder, and completely delete this world folder for Elder Scrolls Total War. You need to completely delete that. Afterwards, we now need to go over, if my phone will stop, my mouse will stop being stupid. We need to go back over here. And we are now going to need to take the files we got from the unofficial patch, and we need to take all these. Normally, it's just going to give you just this folder. I put it in here just to make it a little bit clearer what you'll be getting, because you'll have all of this, and you're going to want to take, and you can either just go here and drop it in, or just selectively just drag those all in. So let's throw that into my mods folder. Oh, that's shit. Nope, that's the wrong spot. Okay, now that that disaster was averted, we can properly put it into the actual place we need. So we're going to take this, throw this into here, and we're going to want to overwrite everything again. It's just going to take a while for it to do its thinking. Okay, it took a while for it to do its thinking, but again, now we want to replace all the files that it has conflicts with. It'll go through this. It's a rather large mod, so it's going to take a little bit. Right. Estimating it's going to take about 14 minutes to replace everything. So once we get this done, we'll actually be able to go on to the next step of this install. Okay, now that that's done, now we need to go into the Elder Scrolls Total War mod folder, and we can actually start running the mod. The only way you now can launch it is using the TES Up application. So what we're going to do is the main things you need to make sure before you try and start the mod is make sure that the Elder Scrolls _config is matching, or like what's written here is going to match your config file here. If it doesn't, it's not going to work, it's going to crash. Another thing, if you're like me and you oftentimes rename, if you have many different versions of the same mod, make sure it's only labeled as the Elder Scrolls. If I try and label this as Elder Scrolls Unofficial Patch or something like that, it will not work. I will not be able to launch the mod, and it will crash immediately to desktop. So that's something to keep in mind before you try and launch the game. One other thing, if you do have any sort of issues, they have a little image down here of the settings that you should try and have active at the moment, so you don't have many issues. They primarily suggest that you don't adjust many of these features unless you really know what they're affecting and if you really want them. You're just going to also want, because they suggest turning full logging off. Yes, they suggest turning full logging off. That's the only one thing they suggest in comparison to what they originally had here. So you're going to turn that off, and then, oh, yeah, they don't have creatures fix act. You're going to want to hit apply changes. Make sure you do that. If these don't actually reset, you're going to have to make sure you do that before you start the mod. But now, it should work. Is it going to work for us? Resolution's a little messed up right now, but the mod's working. That's something that can be easily changed in this itself. I believe... Yeah, this one doesn't have... for me, I always change... Because if I close this down now, I always set it to borderless window, use desktop resolution, and use this settings. I always do that so that it's going to be full screen, it's going to be borderless, I can easily alt-tab out of things. So that's one little thing that I suggest that you can change, but if you don't mind, so be it. But now the game's going to be up and running, and we will have the unofficial patch finally applied. One thing to note right now, I know there are custom campaigns. There's the Black Drake and the Three Banners one. These are both having issues right now with the save files. They're currently working on it, and I'm assuming they'll possibly have some sort of fix soon. So, can't play those campaigns really right now. They're going to have a little bit of issues, but you can go through, you can do your normal Grand campaign. This is set in 4th era. Yes, 4th era. Where they have some of their new factions in here. These should all work. It's just at the moment those other additional custom campaigns are not working at the moment, so you'll have to be you'll have to keep checking in on that. At the moment of the recording, it's an issue. It was an issue that I noticed when I was doing the initial campaign previews for this mod, and other content creators have also noticed it as well. But like, let's just suggest or just pick a random one here. Well, look at that. You got the Aldmeri. That's the Clan of Crowned. You got your forebears. And just say, hey, show that the Kingdom of Alvinol works, and it's now the unofficial patch. So that's basically all it is. It's just the engine overhaul is a little wonky at times and can have issues if you don't really know exactly what you're doing. At times, there's like the one tiny little thing about renaming the folder. I still don't specifically know why that's an issue. I don't know why I can't have it be, oh, this is just unofficial. I don't specifically know why, but it's just something I found out through my own playtesting and also being told don't rename it by some of the mod creators. So hopefully this install guide is thorough enough that you guys have an understanding of how to install this mod so you can enjoy some of the additional changes they've made to this campaign. Well, to the changes they've had for this mod and the additional campaigns they have. I'm really hoping they have a fix for the second era stuff soon because I really want to try those. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, maybe like, comment, and or subscribe. If you guys did not, please let me know why so we can try and improve. Also check out my Discord. It's a great way to interact with the rest of my community and get updates on videos. Additionally, there are plenty of other ways to continue to support my channel in the description, so you can check that out. This is Rampaned, and I'll see you guys next time.